Hey, this is Mrs. Graham, and I am going to give you a really quick video lesson on using commas in compound sentences. This is something that adults mess up all the time, and once you complete this, hopefully you will not make this mistake. So if you look at these two sentences, I ran and tripped, I ran and I tripped. What I want you to notice in the first sentence is that, let me get to a different color here, that I is the subject, and ran is the verb, and tripped is the verb. And what you need to notice here is that I is just sharing these two verbs. However, in the second sentence, in the second sentence, I ran and I tripped. What I want you to notice here is that this is like there are two separate sentences. I ran and I tripped are two separate sentences that are interrupted by the conjunction and. So if you actually took out this piece right here, you'd have two separate sentences. They aren't sharing anything. When you have a balanced sentence where you have a subject and a verb and a subject and a verb and you have a conjunction in the middle, you do use a comma. But over here, where you say I ran and tripped, this subject is just sharing this verb and this verb. Let me give you another example. Let's say that you went to the movies. Let's say I went to the movies and saw my ex-boyfriend. I hope this never happens to you, but this could happen. So, imagine this. In this situation, I went to the movies and saw my ex-boyfriend. I went, and remember, get rid of prepositional phrases. They're not helpful. I went and saw my ex-boyfriend. There's no comma needed. But if I had written, I went to the movies and I saw, do you see what happens? You've got a subject verb and a subject verb. And so in this case, then I would use the comma. So here's another example. The Army and the Marines were summoned. So in this case, all you have here is a compound subject, Army and Marines were summoned, okay? And if you look down here, the Army was summoned and the Marines were put on alert. You have a subject verb and a subject verb. And so in this case, you would use it. And all this is called is using a comma with a compound sentence. And you don't actually need to know that. All you need to know is when to use the comma. If you have any questions about this, please let me know.